As welcome to another episode of the Pars Roundup. Obviously, as you know by now, this is where I just go through what's happened since the previous video for Dunfermline. Obviously, we've had a few incoming signings, no departures since the last video, so positive there. But aye, let's just go on with it. Obviously, the first bit of news yesterday that came out at 9 AM was the fixtures for the next season. The first 4 games, Dundee United away to kick us off. Very feisty fixture, I imagine. We are the players going either way there, possibly still Morris to go there as well, so you never know. I'd imagine the fans will be right up for that. Could get a very big crowd since it's the first game of the season as well, and it's not exactly far to travel, so that's looking like a really good opening fixture. And if we can go up there and beat them on the first day, then that sets a real bit of intent, and it also would end that Dundee United hoodoo, especially at their place. It's actually been longer at our place, so I'm contradicting myself there, but we need to end that hoodoo against them because it's been going on for far too long now, and hopefully we can do it in the first game of the season. The next 3 games after that are Ross County at home the week after, then 2 weeks break because the Betfred Cup is in between that. Then we've got Ayr United away and Inverness away, Inverness at home the week after. I'm reading off a screen, how can I get it wrong? It's a decent enough start. We'll be able to be tested against 3 of the best sides in the league, no offence to Ayr United, but we should be still beating them. We've had a brilliant record against Ayr since I can even remember, so hopefully that's pretty much secured 3 points depending on how well they start the league. And Ross County and Inverness, just need to see how that goes. It's good that they're at home because, I mean, home advantage is always good for us. And going up to Ross County and Inverness has never really dealt well with us, going up north and south and stuff like that, so it's a good enough start. And I'd imagine if we want to be looking to go into the promotion type places, we need to really be picking up 7 points for the opening 12 at least. This actually happened the night before the fixtures, but the next thing to happen was Callum Higginbotham. I'm going to talk about the ends now, so that was the next thing to happen. And I was very pleased that he signed on. I was only expecting a 1-year deal really, because I think if we don't get promoted this season he will want to move on, because he made it clear in his interview that he had offers to go down south and the Premiership here, so he does want to stay here and he's committed to Dunfermline for another year. But I'd imagine that if we don't make it up then he'll be off this time next season, but I'm pleased that he stayed on. He was a pretty vital acquisition, like going into the summer window in my opinion, and as I said, I'm glad he stayed on because on his day, which I know wasn't always that consistent throughout the season last season, but on his day he's a brilliant player and a good asset to have. And if we can bring in players like Stephen Lawless and have him on one wing and Higgy on the other, then you're looking at real quality on the wings, and I would say it's a definite upgrade on what we had last season. Higginbotham was obviously majority on the right wing last season, and then you had a mixture of Joe and Aird on the left wing, and I would say Lawless is an upgrade on them. And the next thing to happen was another incoming signing. This happened on Friday night, I believe. It was Joe Thomson signing a 2-year deal at Dunfermline. Now a lot of fans don't actually know a lot about Joe Thomson. Obviously he was a Celtic player, like many players in Scotland. You've got players like PJ Crossan who went there, and they're going to end up just blowing away in the Celtic youth system and never really getting a crack at their first team. He made 1 or 2 first team appearances for Celtic, and he spent the majority of his career out on loan, mainly at Queen of the South. He's had Dumbarton, Livingston as well as loan clubs. In terms of what he's produced, in 54 games in the Championship he's gained 11 goals and chipped in with assists as well. He's scored different types of goals as well. He's been seen scoring breakthrough goals. I posted it on my Instagram page, which you can find linked below. He's scored breakaway goals, he's scored goals outside the box, he's scored goals cutting inside and putting it in the far corner. So he's a variety player. He can mix it up and score different types of goals, provide a different type of threat for us, and it should give us the option of being able to have a goal scoring midfielder, or at least one that can contribute to attacking like situations, because last season obviously it kind of picked up a bit from January onwards, but we never really had a goal scoring midfielder all last season. Tom Beadland scored 1 or 2 I think, but apart from that, we never really had proper goal scoring midfielders, especially when we had Wedderburn and Shields in the team. They, I think, in their time in the team last season, they only contributed to 1 assist between them. So we've improved on that side yet just by signing these players alone, because Beadland, as I said, chipped in with 1 or 2, and Joe Thomson's got 11 goals in the Championship prior to joining us, so he should provide that goal threat. And we've obviously got Higgy on the wing, who's scored 17 goals in the last 2 seasons for us, and we're looking at bringing in someone like Stephen Lawless, who has the quality to be able to do it at this level, no doubt. So if we can continue the way we're going with these signings, then we're looking on the up. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the new kit. Obviously the home and away kit for next season was announced yesterday, or revealed at least. They were shown teasers the day before, and then they announced the real thing and showed it to us. I'm just going to get off my phone now. That, obviously you've seen it by now, but that's the home kit. I'm growing to it. It's a better effort than the 2016-17 season one, where it was majority black. It was basically a version of this, but black instead of where the white was, and it had the red band coming down here, and it had a collar as well. I've never been a fan of collars on kits. If there was anything to change about this kit, considering I'm growing on it, if there was anything to change, I would take the collar away. But it's a decent enough effort. I might end up buying it later on in the season. I think the away kit is the one that I'll purchase at the I think the away kit's the one that I'll purchase at the open day in a month's time, because I'm a big fan of it. And here is the away kit. Now, I really like it. It's sparked a bit of opinion here and there. I personally like it. It's been claimed to be like a pyjama top turned inside out, too wishy-washy, like the badge is the same colour as the strip. But I think it's a bit unique, and it shows a bit of a kind of different side to us. I know it's for the retro people, it's not exactly great, and a lot of people are making claims to the Man United game where they played in a grey kit and they were 3-0 down at half time and changed kits at half time because they couldn't see their teammates. But that's just an excuse. Come on, they were getting pumped 3-0 at half time, so that was why. But I particularly quite like it. It's obviously going to pander more to the younger generation because it is more a kind of fashion statement type kit, which you can understand why people that like retro stuff and people that are of an older generation that have seen loads of types of kits, you can understand why they're not a bigger fan of this. But I like it, and I'll probably end up buying it because it's my favourite out of the two. That's it for this video. Cheers for watching it, and I'll be back with Punt It Long on maybe another Pars Roundup if we make any other signings before Wednesday. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more of this type of content. I've been really pleased with the amount of subscribers and that I've been gaining, so cheers for that. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.
Oh,